go for the hard ones first. I'm just gonna go on Quake Pro FOV, you know, try to just get geared really, like play it like a normal Skywars game. However, I soon realized that this strategy doesn't make the challenges themselves any easier. Yeah, Quake Pro does a lot of things to your aim. My only goal going into the second game was to make sure it wasn't like the first. The time was ticking and I didn't have time for too many careless games. Nice axe so that we can break everything quickly and not get rushed. Alright, can go for this guy now. I had no idea what to expect going into this fight. My opponent could either be really good or really bad. That's hilarious actually. That's basically cheating. Like, that was just so unfair. What really caught me by surprise is the amount of people that came to visit me on this island. Give me my water bucket. Wait, what if I get an obby trap on him? Oh, yeah, he's done for. That's a GG. Oh god. I mean, I won with Quake Pro, but because I was trying to get multiple in one, but sadly that's not going to happen this recording. Going into the third game, I realized that if I wanted to get any of these challenges done, I needed to focus on one specific one. So now I'm just going to speed bridge 100 blocks at height limit and then attempt to hit an MLG. Actually, no, I'm not even going to go for the chest. Okay, pearls, sword. This is actually amazing for what I want to do here. I mean, now this is probably the most stacked I've ever been in one of these. I just know someone's gonna run up on me, and that's gonna make everything worth it. With this new gear, I was able to complete my first challenge of the video. You just fully did not expect that. Okay, I gained a friend. Wait, what is it? Oh no, I'm gonna get killed, aren't I? Okay, here's my screen. So we're basically best friends, and I'm just gonna kill him. Honestly, this is a waste if I don't play this like a normal game. I mean, you killed me, but at what cost? So that's down. Very good pace here. I'm just gonna try visit every island here. For this fourth game, I simply hoped that my momentum wouldn't be broken, but we have yet to see whether or not I got my wish. That's an L. Almost forgot my, you know, little special marking, just so that I know where to, Okay, bro. You were asking for that. On we go. More blocks. That's all we need. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll try to visit every island on this map as well. At least the lag's a little less now. Again, like my little symbol. It's actually interesting. This has looked different like every single time I've done this. Like you saw last game versus this game. Yeah, if that was me, I'd be fuming. He didn't expect the aggro. Stole my kill. I didn't want to win the game. That's not the goal here. Alright, this is also an easy map because I can sort of just pass over the top, but I can only do like 3 in a row, so it's not going to be fun. Honestly, I'm just gonna go for the 100 block speedrun. No rod, but we work with that. No blocks. I mean, it's a little bit harder to work with that. Oh, there's a map chest right here. Now, this was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen like in the history of Skywars. Like, I do not know what happened here. Okay, weirdest Skywars occurrence. At this point, the last player in the game started to come after me. No. I don't want to win. Like, it's not about the win. It's about the journey. Why are you trying to bow me down? Okay. How can I outplay him? I mean, I'd be pretty hard to kill if I were able to go to height limit. Oh no. Okay. At this point, I started counting out the 100 blocks I would need to complete this second challenge. 25, 26, 27, 28, 20. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 16. That's actually the first time I failed the speed bridge. That's actually mud. At this point, I was extremely stressed. I had spent copious amounts of time on the failed speed bridge, and so I needed this next part to go well. If I can get to the top of here, I'm just set. I'm just gonna do whatever it takes to get there. Okay, nice. That should be enough to stop most people. It was actually huge, really. At this point, I knew I was wasting so much unnecessary time, so I simply focused on getting him out of here as soon as possible. That's the dumbest way I've lost one of these. To start this game, I gathered all of my gear and then headed quickly towards the middle island. This one is way dumber to go for, but for the content. Missing both pearls was extremely bad here, because it meant I had to think of another way to get back up on those pillars, get geared, and then try and complete a challenge. Do I win? I don't think so, yeah. I think I died of fall damage. This has to be like a speedrun for like the most unskilled ways to die. So on this one, I'm just making sure I don't get rushed from either direction. Give me the armor. Wait, there's actually revolutionary. Wait. I need my blocks. Okay. Finally, after all this time, it felt like I got my lucky break. However, I didn't know whether or not there were more obstacles coming my way. This guy really tried to outsmart it. Wait, what the? And of course, my mouse chose that moment to lag. We're running on 10 minutes here. It's gonna be super difficult, but I can do it. Because this one, you actually don't need that many blocks to like traverse the terrain. So this could actually be a little even fun, maybe. So yeah, I'm gonna have my little mark here. 1 island, 2 island, 3 islands. Gonna need to go down here to grab blocks. Now things were going great, and I didn't think that there was anything that could stop me. Oh, I just found a guy AFKing. There's my much needed blocks. Probably like my first kill of this whole entire video. I mean, like journey. Oh, it's just a 1v1. I wasn't looking at my screen. This defeat crushed me, and I knew that the first few minutes would be crucial. If I couldn't complete a challenge by then, it would be game over, and I would fail. At this moment, I was only thinking one thing. He's actually insane. This had to go well. There were no words, I just needed to win. At this point, it was way too late to be worrying about completing one challenge at a time, so I knew I had to combine both of them, visiting every island and speed bridging 100 blocks, into the same challenge in hopes of beating the clock. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 48, 49, 50. And everything was going swellingly until this guy decided to show up. The stress was building up exponentially. It was either now or never. I believe I was at what, 70? Get out of here. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 5, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. In case I missed any, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117. Yeah, okay. Hit an MLG from height limit. Don't have a water bucket. Just amazing. At this point, I knew I had failed. But I had to complete this challenge. I wouldn't let it knock me down. There we go. Perfect distraction, actually. I'm gonna attempt to do just the most insane clutch. Go all the way to height limit. Here goes nothing. Oh my god. Even though I didn't win the game, I was happy to complete the challenge, even if it wasn't in the 30 minutes I previously thought I could do.